HMS Chatham was a Town-class light cruiser built for the Royal Navy in the 1910s. She was the name ship of her subclass of the Town class. The ship survived the First World War and was sold for scrap in 1928. Design and description. The Chatham subclass were slightly larger and improved versions of the preceding Weymouth subclass. They were 457 feet long overall, with a beam of 49 feet and a draft of 16 feet. Displacement was 5,400 long tons normal and 6,000 long tons at full load. 12 Yarrow boilers fed Chatham's Parsons steam turbines, driving 4 propeller shafts that were rated at 25,000 shaft horsepower for a design speed of 25.5 knots. The ship reached 26.1 knots during her sea trials from 26,247 shp. The boilers used both fuel oil and coal, with 1,200 long tons of coal and 260 long tons of oil carried, which gave a range of 4,460 nautical miles at 10 knots. The main armament of the Chathams was 8 BL-6-inch MKC guns. 2 of these guns were mounted on the centerline fore and aft of the superstructure, and 2 more were mounted on the forecastle deck abreast the bridge. The remaining 4 guns amidships were raised to the extended forecastle deck, which meant that they could be worked in all weathers. All these guns were fitted with gun shields. 4 Vickers 3-pounder saluting guns were also fitted. The armament was completed by 2 submerged 21-inch torpedo tubes. Construction and career. The ship was laid down on 3 January 1911 by Chatham Royal Dockyard and launched on 6 November. Upon completion in December 1912, Chatham was assigned to the 2nd Battle Squadron and was transferred to the 2nd Light Cruiser Squadron in the Mediterranean in July 1913. She was detached to operate in the Red Sea when the war began in August 1914. In November of that year, Chatham was involved in operations against the German commerce raider HMS Königsberg, sinking collier in the Rufiji Delta to blockade her and capturing one of her supply ships. In May 1915, the ship returned to the Mediterranean to support the Allied landings at Gallipoli. In 1916, she returned to home waters and joined the 3rd Light Cruiser Squadron of the Grand Fleet. On 26 May 1916, Chatham struck a mine off the Norfolk coast and had to be towed to Chatham for repairs. The ship was placed in reserve in 1918. After the war, Chatham was lent to the Royal New Zealand Navy from 1920 to 1924, and was sold for scrapping on 13 July 1926 to Thos W. Ward of Pembroke Dock. In 1922, the crew of Chatham donated a cup to the New Zealand Football Association. This became the Chatham Cup, New Zealand's local equivalent of the FA Cup, and its premier knockout football trophy. Bibliography. Brown, David K. The Grand Fleet Warship Design and Development 1906 to 1922. Barnsley, UK. Seaforth Publishing. ISBN 9781848320857. College, J. J. Warlow, Ben. Ships of the Royal Navy. The complete record of all fighting ships of the Royal Navy. London, Chatham Publishing. ISBN 9781861762818. OCLC 67,375,475. Corbett, Julian. Naval Operations to the Battle of the Falklands. History of the Great War, based on official documents. London and Nashville, Tennessee, Imperial War Museum and Battery Press. ISBN 0898399256-X. Corbett, Julian. Naval Operations. History of the Great War, based on official documents. 2. London and Nashville, Tennessee, Imperial War Museum in association with the Battery Press. ISBN 1-870-423-747. Friedman, Norman. British Cruises, 2 World Wars and After. Barnsley, South Yorkshire, UK. Seaforth. ISBN 978-1-59114-0788. Friedman, Norman. Naval Weapons of World War I. Barnsley, South Yorkshire, UK. Seaforth. ISBN 978-1-84832-100-7. Gardner, Robert and Amp. Gray, Randall eds. Conway's All the World's Fighting Ships, 1906–1921. Annapolis, Maryland, Naval Institute Press. ISBN 0851772455-5. Leon, David. The First Town Class 1908–31, Part 1. Warship, London, Conway Maritime Press. 148–58. ISBN 0851771327. Leon, David. The First Town Class 1908–31, Part 2. Warship, London, Conway Maritime Press. 154–61. ISBN 0851771327. Leon, David. The First Town Class 1908–31, Part 3. Warship, London, Conway Maritime Press. 146–51. ISBN 0851771327. Newbold, Henry. Naval Operations. History of the Great War based on official documents. V. Nashville, Tennessee, Battery Press. ISBN 0898392551.